just driving past Delhi Aerocity and on my way to Terminal 3 to catch a flight again. My 26th flight of the year, but my first flight with SpiceJet this year. I don't usually fly on SpiceJet, and it is a very interesting set of circumstances that has led me to take this flight. It was actually the only option I could take. I'm flying to Shirdi, but I'm going to Nasik. There is no direct Delhi-Nasik flight right now because of, Indigo's fleet being grounded due to no fault of theirs, the Pratt & Whitney engine issue. But I have no choice but to go to Shirdi because while Indigo also flies to Shirdi, their flight is in the mid-afternoon. I have to be there by the morning so I can get into Nasik by midday. Interesting set of circumstances. I could have taken an earlier flight, but that got booked out. That would have been via Ahmedabad to Nasik directly, but well, it is what it is. We just went over the elevated taxiways, southern taxiways at Delhi Airport. Let's get it. I've already checked it. Going to use the G-Yatra and talk a bit about the G-Yatra once I'm inside the terminal. G-Yatra was super easy. Now the app has found itself in a spot of bother of late because the guys who developed the app turned out to be a bit of a scamster. He's the same guy who developed the e-Challan app for the Telangana government and was taking a slight cut of the challans to his own bank account. Betting? Poor. Now I hope the government has arrested him. He's been put in jail. I hope data is secure. Now it could have been done a lot better. The fact of the matter is the G-Yatra does make life a lot easier. I just walked into the terminal. It's been super duper easy. And now to get into the G-Yatra queue. Knowing my luck, my flight was scheduled to depart from gate 62 at the very southern end of the domestic pier. I had a breakfast at McDonald's to get the energy levels I needed for the 15-minute walk all the way to gate 62. Of course, this was not going to be my lucky day, and I'll tell you why it got a bit worse as I approached the gate and was about to board the flight. So what do you really expect from SpiceJet, India's worst airline? Just paid 2,400 rupees for carrying 4 kgs extra and my laptop bag, which no other airline ever does in India. Well-deserved reputation for being India's worst airline, but I guess they need to raise the funds to pay off the leasing companies, who they haven't paid forever, and their crew and everybody. So, super enthusiastic gate agent. Oh yes, you are over. I guess I won't be the only one. As I said, India's worst airline for a reason, and there's a reason I don't travel with these guys at all. But then again, at least I got decent seats with extra legroom. Legroom was awesome. This was the third row of VT-SLM, a 17-year-old Boeing 737-800. But the upkeep of the seats was awful. They were torn fabric, the seat handles looked broken, and across the entire aircraft, a general sense of poor upkeep. Of course, it is not too soon later that we began our taxi. I initially thought we'll take off from one of the 29s, but then we crossed the Southern Cross taxiway onto the newly resurfaced and reprofiled runway 28 that finally allows for parallel runway operations at Delhi Airport. This was really cool, crossing over from the T3 side to runway 28. Now, as for the fine I paid or the extra I paid on SpiceJet, I was not allowed to gate check in my bag. I had the allowance. The gate agent was extremely rude. And this is the problem with SpiceJet, and I don't think they realize what it does. They managed to raise 2,400 rupees off me. I'll probably get my host to pay the money. No big deal over there. But there is no warning about this. It's not as if SpiceJet is something like Spirit or Ryanair and charging much less than, say, a competing airline like Indigo. They're charging the same amount. Secondly, there is no warning about this, even though other people who fly SpiceJet on a more regular basis say they do this all the time. And that's unfortunate. For now, enjoy the takeoff roll on runway 28 at Delhi Airport. It wasn't just me who was charged extra. There were other passengers, other journalists carrying expensive camera equipment who were charged extra as well. Now, yes, the gate agent felt very proud and he made some money. But as a result of this, many of us who travel 40, 50, 60 times a year on domestic flights, we will refuse to travel on SpiceJet. We will inconvenience ourselves before traveling on SpiceJet ever again, if they're going to be like this as an airline. And yes, you made some money today, but you've lost money in the long term. Good for you. Somehow this airline has survived for years and years and years. I don't know how, but let me assure you, until and unless I have no choices, I don't think I'll be ever flying this airline ever again. But a bit more about the flight. A decent takeoff from runway 28, and we got to see the Go Air and Indigo aircraft with GTF engines that have been grounded for a while also parked. I don't know how long those Go Air aircraft will be parked. They have been allowed to be re-registered. However, I don't know if Pratt& and Whitney can provide GTF engines to the lessors to help them get those aircraft out before the resolution professional at Go Air might approach the Supreme Court and try and get the ruling overturned. Anyway, time to take off and get down to Shirdi. As I was traveling on a corporate fare, which made the entire situation with excess baggage even more puzzling, I was entitled to a sandwich. I couldn't change what was already booked to something a bit better than a paneer tikka sandwich, but well, it sufficed. Could have been better, but it's the same old food anywhere else. Soon afterwards, we were on our approach to Shirdi over very, very dry and parched parts of northern Maharashtra, coming in to land at Maharashtra's fourth busiest airport. Shirdi has flights to quite a few places. This particular SpiceJet flight, SG8946, actually travels onward to Chennai after dropping us off at Shirdi. The flight was delayed the next day. In fact, the Shirdi Chennai leg was delayed, maybe because there were so many passengers on corporate fares. SpiceJet actually operated a different aircraft to Shirdi to pick up many of the passengers who were booked by my hosts. I decided to take the Indigo flight from Nasik, which was restarting the day later, staying an extra day at Nasik. Enjoy the landing at Shirdi. Shirdi airport terminal was tiny. In fact, it was surprising to find out this was Maharashtra's fourth busiest airport because it certainly didn't look like a really busy airport. Probably be fifth once Navi Mumbai International starts operations. But Shirdi obviously has a lot of scope to expand. It also serves a very significant area in Maharashtra. It is very close not just to Nasik but also Aurangabad. As for SpiceJet, as I said, I'm probably not going to be flying them again anytime soon. This was an extremely irritating experience. And Indigo and Vistara and Air India are a lot better. Even Akasa, the only single time I've flown them, are a lot better. Not just me, but many others as well felt the same way. Thank you for watching.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आप सभी अपना चेक-इन क्यू बैगेज अराइवल हॉल बेल्ट नंबर 1 से ले सकते हैं। धन्यवाद। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, you can collect your check-in baggage from arrival hall belt number 1. Thank you.
If you're still watching and haven't subscribed to my channel, let's keep on for Mission 5000. Do subscribe and like this video, and I'll keep on making good ones.